Hello Exiles, welcome to another build guide. So are you a fan of walking simulator builds like Rush Spire, Death's Oath, those kind of builds? And maybe you are looking for something new, so this is a build for you, alright? So first of all, what is this? How this is possible? So in 3.14 Ultimatum League, Grinding Gear Games buffed and maybe they reworked some of the Essence modifiers. So in Essence of Hysteria, there is actually a fire burst skill that you can apply to weapons by using the essence, obviously, and it's a skill that has some fire damage in it, but it only triggers with a 10% chance. But right now, after the 3.14 patch, it is actually 100%, so it is possible to make a build around it. So because it is a skill that has some cooldown, actually, obviously you can use some cooldown reduction items, which I don't have any right now, but you can obviously use a belt or a boot or maybe both even to even have a higher cooldown. Because of these reasons, we are playing as Ignite. Obviously the Elementalist is the probably best choice these days. So you just need to proc your fire burst by using a skill, and the most popular choice is a Stormbrand because it will also apply Elemental Equilibrium, because it's a lightning skill and fire burst is obviously a fire skill, and ignite is again a fire debuff, so we want fire penetration. So that's why Stormbrand is a very good choice. Also we are using Herald of Thunder, so once you enter a map, just use a Stormbrand to the first pack of monsters, so you hit something. After that your weapon will just proc and the action will just begin, and you don't even have to do anything else again if you just play fast, don't stop, alright? Because after the first pack of monsters, you will also have Herald of Thunder on you, so you will just move around, proc your Herald of Thunder automatically, and that Herald of Thunder hits, you'll just continue to use that fire burst in your weapon. So that is how it basically works. Just make sure you also use Stormbrand on some tough enemies maybe to apply that elemental equilibrium fast enough and that fire burst, those kind of stuff. So yeah, that is all you need to do. If you enjoy playing while watching a movie on your second monitor or something like that, this is a perfect build for you. The map clear is insane. We are also playing with a bow. You can actually play with a staff also, but I picked a bow because I also use rear guard quiver. So we actually have a lot of block. I'm also using a Rumi's Concoction Flask. Character has more than 7k life, so this is a very tanky build, alright? I haven't even died on any kind of ultimatum, so this build is also very good for ultimatums. But make sure you avoid maybe modifiers like monsters have a lot of elemental resistances, the map modifier. So you don't make the monsters very tough, alright? Because with the current investment I did, I have something like 5 to 6 million boss DPS, which is fine. Obviously I also killed Sirius Awaken level 8. Some guardians, all the clips are rolling at the background, alright? They are all Awaken level 8 bosses, obviously. If you can also maybe spend more, you will even have a better boss DPS. I am also using a Temporal Chain Curse gloves. This is a gloves that drops from Elder, so there are going to be lots of results on the market. This is something that people don't actually pick from the ground, So I also got something with Temporal Chains. We are also using spider, aspect of spider, so make sure you craft that on one of your items. You just need to buy the Venomous Beast and craft it as a suffix on one of your rare items. Very easy to craft. The beasts are most likely cheap these days. And finally, I'm also using Shaper of Winter from Elementalist. Some people go for Shaper of Storms for more shock effect, I believe. But we are also using a Shaper of Winter because I also want to chill monsters a lot. So combining all these three, Temporal Curse, Temporal Chains Curse, Spider debuff, and also Shaper of Winter chill effect, you will notice that the monsters are actually very slow. Even Sirius has more than a couple of seconds to finish that die beam animation. So some bosses like Colosseum, or however it is pronounced, that map, the boss, that he phases all the time. He cannot even phase, you just wait there, semi AFK, you are like, just phase already, alright? So the bosses are also gonna be very slow, so I try to make the build tankier, alright? So maybe you can just go for shock effect maybe, for some more DPS. So let's talk about the items, the key stuff that we need, and also some of the gems. So first of all, you need to craft a weapon or buy it from someone else. Obviously, you can also do that. But here is how to craft these kind of weapons. So you just need to buy a bow with +1 level of socketed gems as a fracture. So because this is very easier to craft. The base obviously should have less dexterity as possible. My character right now has 156 and my bow needs 152. So maybe you can even buy a bow with lower dexterity requirement, and maybe that can be better for you. So try to buy a bow with a decent dexterity requirement. After that, obviously with +1 fractured. After that, you just need to use Essence of Hysteria. Obviously you want to get rid of some of the suffixes, and also you need to empty the prefixes. So that's why you need to use Orb of Annulment or the beasts from Menagerie, the wolf and the lynx, Farik wolf, Farik lynx, I believe. One deletes a prefix, adds a suffix, the other one does the opposite, deletes a suffix, add a prefix. So just use those beasts, use Orb of Annulments, and get rid of those prefixes, because we want 2 open prefixes and 1 open suffix for a multi-mod, obviously. So we use 2 Exalt Orb on can have 3 craft modifiers, and then fill the rest of the prefixes, +2 support gems, and fire damage as extra chaos. Because we are playing an elementalist, elementals can apply ignite from all kind of damage types, so chaos will also be ignite damage for this build. You don't even need to 6-link your bow, because this is not a gem, actually it's a skill that is in the bow already. So you just need to open 6 sockets on your bow, and that's it. You don't even use fusings. And just, you know, use Chromatic Orbs or whatever, and that's it. Your bow is ready. Rearguard again for block chance. This is a tanky build, so we want block as a quiver. For helmet, because I'm not using Wave of Conviction, maybe you can also do that, I'm not sure. That's why I'm using an Arc Demon Crown. Socketed skills apply all kind of exposures on hit. We have our Stormbrand in this, so whenever we use Stormbrand, we will also apply exposure. So very easy way, less buttons to press actually, so that's why this kind of helm is actually very good, and it is also cheap, because nothing special on this actually. I don't even have good enchant or whatever, so just maybe use some essences. Greed essence can be good for life, resist, and that's it. I didn't even invest that much. Alright, this is not that expensive. The build overall isn't that expensive. Calm's Heart, because we don't need more sockets, a lot of life and fire damage as a body armor. Blasphemer's Grasp, as I said earlier. We are using this because we also try to use some Elder based items for additional DPS. If you can min-max your all kind of items, actually, if you can make all your items Elder based, you can actually achieve way more DPS. So maybe you need to Orb of Chance, some of those uniques if you want to min-max the build, or get an Elder based bow. So yeah, actually you can achieve even more DPS, because some of my pieces are obviously Elder based, but not all of them. I'm also using a Temporal Chain Curse. Maybe you can skip that and get, I don't know, Elemental Weakness, something like that, to even boost the DPS. Boots, just some Elder based boots, movement speed, life, and that's it. I also use Aspect of Spider on this. You can just craft it on your own from Menagerie with Venomous, the spider beast itself. You just need an open suffix. Amulet, just to keep my deck so I can use my bow, life, resist. Also, if you have an open, I believe that is prefix, but maybe suffix, I cannot check right now. I will just edit it on the screen. You can also use the crafting bench to apply effect of non-damaging ailments, so even slower monsters from our chills. Rings, Replica Emberwake. This is an expensive piece, and if this video blows up for some reason, it is going to be even more expensive, so make sure you buy this as soon as possible, because it is right now like 4.5 Exalt Orbs, because this is a replica item. It is a drop from Heist. Some people try to scam you by trying to trade a normal Emberwake. Do not fall for that, be careful. Replica items have a different color, obviously, and the name is also Replica Emberwake, not just Emberwake. This gives a lot of DPS because ignites you inflict deal damage faster, so that applies provides a lot of DPS. so a very good way to get millions of DPS. Other ring, just an elder based ring, life, resist, same stuff, nothing special. Some of my pieces are very low budget, alright. Belt, again elder based, life, a lot of life actually, because elder bases can also have maximum life, just to get my resistances also. And we also got lucky, you know, I also found this chaos resistance during any flask. So yeah, you don't need that obviously, but chaos resist also helps. But make sure you get a lot of life and resists from your items, rare items. And that's all about the gear, nothing that special. Let's take a look at the talent tree, and that's gonna be it. I don't want to make this video any longer because there is not actually much to explain. This is a very easy build, easy to understand. I'm using an anatomical knowledge to get some decent life. As you can see, this provides a lot of life because we have a lot of intelligence in the radius, because we are a witch. Obviously going like this on the talent tree helps a lot. Transcendent Mind, this is very cheap these days compared to previous leagues, because this can also drop from reliquary keys in Ultimatum League right now. This also provides some decent DPS because it provides a lot of damage over time multiplier per 10 intelligence on unallocated. So that means that these intelligence nodes that we don't have actually, they provide us DPS. This is probably the best location on the talent tree. So being a witch obviously helps. So this provides some decent amount of DPS. Cluster jewels obviously, but these are cheap ones actually. For large, just try to get some elemental damage base. Prismatic card for some elemental damage. Sadist is very good because we are dealing lots of kind of ailments, so we can have lots of damage bonus, but obviously recently, so that means that for the last 4 seconds. But we are dealing Herald of Thunders are dealing damage. Maybe Stormbrand you put. We are obviously igniting all the time, so these are gonna be up most of the times, let's say. For mediums, this is just to, you know, apply some additional shock and shield, those kind of stuff. Enemies shielded by your hits are shocked. Enemies shocked by your hits are chilled. And Astonishing Affliction, maybe you can put something else here, just check the database website. Some effect of non-damaging ailments. And also duration obviously helps a little, so this is nothing that special actually, very cheap. For the other medium, damage over time base, this was effect of non-damaging ailments, by the way, I forgot to show. Just for some damage over time, you know, free for potency, damage over time, plus charge gained. Brush with that, this is actually very good, so try to get at least one of these. A lot of damage and also recover life on kill. I'm actually not also using a Cinder Soul of Flask right now. You can obviously use that to recover a lot of life and not mana, let's say. You will obviously recover, but you don't need that because we are not using that much mana. We are just running around, you know, without doing anything. So yeah, if you also have a Cinder Soul of Flask, combining it with Brush with that, you will have a lot of recover while mapping, so you're gonna be way tankier and hard to kill. For jewels, damage over time, life, burning damage, fire damage, those are probably the only good options. Life, burning damage, nothing that good actually, because people tried to, I think they started to figure out this build. So triple jewels, you know, life, burn damage and fire damage, that's the best combination. They are actually expensive right now, like 2 exalt, 2.5 exalt I believe. So if you want to min-max your DPS, you have to do more investment. Lots of life. Again, damage over time, life, burning damage, you get the idea. And finally another cluster, same stuff. Prismatic Sadist, Widespread Destruction. If these are more expensive later on, maybe just get different combinations. But probably Sadist is very good for this kind of build. You can also get some fire damage clusters, but these are a little... these are more expensive compared to other ones because these are meta these days, thanks to Burning Arrow builds and Flame Bolt builds. But you can actually craft these with Scorch Fossils or Fire Reforge on Harvest. So Blowback ignites deal damage faster, a lot of DPS. Burning Bright, fire damage over time, fire damage. So these are also very nice. Again, Blowback, Burning Bright. Cooked Alive might be also good for additional fire penetration. Not actually penetration, but to lower the enemy resistance, you know. So that will also provide DPS. Probably let's just check it real quick. What did I say?
Quink, medium jewel, fire, over time, cooked, alive. So yeah, this also provides some decent DPS, so you can also get this, but this is probably the hardest one to get, and that's going to be very expensive. But if you can craft it on your own, maybe, this is also a very good option. And that's it. That's pretty much what's going on about this build. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like to support me, maybe. Check the links in the description. I have a lot of builds, guys. I also have a separate video containing all my builds, so you can just access my builds easier. Also, I have a Discord channel, a lot of members right now. We are chatting all the time, so feel free to join and chat with us. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.